Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are going to watch this. Hi, ladies. Hoping the volume's up in here. Coming to you from my front window, living room. Alrighty, well, welcome, phenomenal ladies. I am streaming this into the Tools and Jewels of Consciousness page for fun. Let's see. So please let me know if you are listening or you catch the replay or all that good stuff. And because I'm on StreamYard, I don't always see all the comments, right, ladies? So let me open up the Phenomenal Woman community here and say hello to everybody. Okay, cool beans. All righty. Why am I streaming into places? Hold on, give me 1 second here. Let me just make sure I'm okay. I'm good. We're in here. Okay. There we go. All righty. So, hi. We are on day 30 of our 30 days of change. And we have been asking questions. We've been looking at the energy and clearing about ask and receive. Good morning. And again, it doesn't show me on StreamYard who is saying hello. So that's probably you, Kim. Okay, so as we're going to get ready to move into the next 30 days in the Phenomenal Woman, this is an invitation that I'm also streaming into the Tools of Consciousness to come play with us for 30 days. And we're going to start looking at the energy of expansion and questions around money. So how does it get any better than that? So let's do this really quick. Let's just look at the clearing we've been doing is everything that you've been refusing to ask for, that if you would ask for it and receive it, it would change all of your realities. And everything that doesn't allow that, would you pock and pod? Everything that you haven't been willing to ask for and receive with total ease, would you now destroy and uncreate everything that doesn't allow that? Times a godzillion. Right, wrong, good and bad, pod, pock, all nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. What is it that you're absolutely refusing to ask for and receive that, they're saying, would create total change in your world? Everything that comes up, would you now destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod, pock, all nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyond. Good morning, Jean. Oh, good. It's letting me know. Good morning. We have our group call next Friday. Don't forget. And I did it at 12 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock because you ask and you shall receive. Oh, yeah, that's true. So what is it, as we wrap this up, that you have been asking for, that you are receiving, that you haven't acknowledged? Would you do so now to acknowledge that, please? And let me know what it is that you've been asking for that you now are receiving with total ease, because my world just blew open yesterday. It was so exciting. I've been asking to expand my territory. I've been doing the Jabez prayer. Coffee's done. Along with everywhere that I've been refusing to ask and refusing to receive. And something popped open yesterday and I followed the energy. Didn't know, just follow the energy. Everything was light, and I'm part of this group, this recovery group, and I follow her. I love her post, Women's Rocking Recovery. Anyway, she does a lounge, and so I showed up yesterday, and there was just 3 of us, and I got to share the the energetic tools when it comes to how do you do it in everything. And she has 14,000 followers, so I got to be part of that. So what is it that you have been unwilling to ask for, that if you would ask for it and receive it, and then follow the energy, because that's manifestation. We've been talking about that. The manifestation is how it shows up. We don't know how it is. But that showed up yesterday. I'm like, that seems light. I even cleared my calendar for it yesterday. And I was like, I'm just going to show up and see what happens on this call. And it was so transformative. It was so awesome. But I knew as I was on there, this is exactly what I've been asking for: expand. So, everything you haven't been willing to ask for, that if you would ask for it, even if you don't know what it is, I just knew that I wanted just more expansion, more to be of service, work with more women, and and there, so everything you everything you haven't been willing to ask for, that if you would ask for it, and then step two, be willing to receive it, and kind of step three, then follow what shows up. Um, Good morning, Brooke. Brooke's our newest member to the Phenomenal Woman. Um, that, you know, and again, the class is open. We are going to do it next week. The 4-week class of actualizing your asks. This is what we're looking at. So there's still time. Is the energy of generation. We show up 30 days, right? Here we generate that energy. And then the energy of creation from what it is that we're doing with the question, right? And then we go into this place of institution. And then we go to this place of energy of manifestation, which is how it shows up. And then actualization is what no one talks about, which is what it is when, because I didn't even know that was an energy to be working with, that actualizing it is. So everything that you haven't been willing to ask for, that if you would ask for it and receive it with total ease, would allow actualization of what it is that you're asking for. You see that? Destroy and uncreate everything that doesn't allow that. Right and wrong, good and bad, pop, pop, all 9 shorts, boys, povets, and beyond. So, we're going to move into the next 30 days about expansion and money, the actualized workbook step by step, the class. But one of the things that you can even do on your own right now as we pop into the next 30 days is like looking at your points of view of where you can't ask for something or you can't receive it. Just like all your points of view. I can't actualize money because I can't actualize this because, and then we'll move into I can actualize it because. So, whether you join me in the group, the extra 123 for 4 weeks, is that what I did? Yeah. For the year 2023, I just did it 123. That's the kind of stuff we're going to do. So, what is it that you can't actualize? Because, and then destroy and uncreate all of that. And then what can you actualize and destroy everything that doesn't allow that? So, yeah, what is it that you haven't been willing to actualize? Oh, that if you would actualize it would change everything. Okay, cool. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod poc, all 9 shorts, boys, povads, and beyond. That was kind of fun. What is it that you haven't been willing to actualize? Because if you actually actualize what it is that you're asking for that you received, it is going to change everything. But that's what you've been asking for. But you haven't been willing to actually actualize it. So everything that just brought up, that is cool. Right and wrong, good, bad, pod poc, all 9 shorts, boys, povads, and beyond. Last night in the expansion accelerator course, that's 12 weeks, that's ongoing. You can jump in at any time. We had the most phenomenal call last night, the 3 of us, and I taught on something that I'm studying more and learning about, even though I understand and I can see the energy. Dr. Hawkins, the scale of consciousness, which was brought to my attention more from Aaron, that I'm doing some trades with. Anyway, it's it's expansion, it's expansion, and you girls know, if you're part of the Phenomenal Woman, that this was a course that had a different name. And when I started to go through the expansion of the roof of my mouth, in case you guys don't know, there's a big thing, a metal thing in the roof of my mouth, and we had to crank it max for 20 days until it broke open cracked open the roof of the top of my mouth so that I could have more expansion because the roof of my mouth was getting smaller and smaller. And that's when all of a sudden I named the name of my 12-week course, Expansion Accelerator. So everywhere that you haven't been willing to expand, that if you would expand, would change everything. Trying to create everything that doesn't allow the possibility of expanding. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod poc, all 9 shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. So on our call last night, which was phenomenal, like I said, we broke down the 17, well, we didn't go into all of them, the different levels of expansion. Okay, and it was really amazing because down on the bottom, right, is all the energetic distractors. So where are you functioning from? Shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire. And even though I have coming up on 32 years, clean, sober, eating disorder, recovery, all of that, it wasn't until Access really came into my life, the tools, where I realized that I was so contracted. I had all of this knowledge, all of this transformational work and tools. But that's what, one of the gifts of doing the 30 by 30 is every day we're asking a question around whatever subject. So we're expanding on it. And I really got like the visual of that yesterday. Even though I have all of this experience of transformational and recovery work, I was still so contracted. And when I came into learning more about Access Consciousness, and I was able to bring up my energetic empathy, my tools, let me keep it on thing, is that my body was so contracted. That's why my arthritis rate was over the top. Like it's supposed to be 14. I was like at 90, and I had been for 10 years, and they couldn't figure it out. And I was all like super sore. I mean, I couldn't even lift my legs. It felt like it was 1,000 pounds. And today I'm probably 95% less. Like there is no pain. I'm off all of my medicine. So that's about expansion, having my bars run, and 4 years of every day being in the energetic tools. And you guys know that. So everywhere that you haven't been willing to expand, that if you would expand, even if you don't know what that is, would change all of your realities. Would you destroy and create everything that doesn't allow you to expand? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod poc, all 9 shorts, boys, povads, and beyond. And in the suffering part and the contracted part are the energetic distractors. There's 24 of them that we talk about in Access. And what we talked about last night was the reminder that we are all speaking the same thing. It just depends on the teacher that's there to get you to another level of consciousness. Because no matter what it is, we're all talking the same thing. This, Dr. Hawkins, scale of consciousness, we're all talking the same thing. It's just a matter of where you show up at a certain time to hear what it is. I actually heard that they had somebody in Mary Kay, which is totally cool, had changed the look of this so it could be more linear, so people could receive it differently. I'm kind of tired of 57 years of trying to stay linear when I'm not linear. I'm so big. So everywhere that you've been trying to stay in this contracted linear place so that you fit in, would you destroy and uncreate that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod poc, all 9 shorts, boys, povads, and beyond. What does that bring up for anybody? Expansion Accelerator. Is this something I can participate in too? Brooke. Brooke is a new client. We're doing a 12-week course, one-on-one. You're already getting it, Brooke. So it's kind of like you have the option to do a group or on your own. But here's the thing. all of it is about expansion. So I think you're probably in the right spot. But great question. Great question. We're all in, if you're working with me right now, we're all in expansion. So what is it that you haven't been willing to expand? Where is it that, what is it? Where is it? How is it? What energy, space, and consciousness can my body and I be to expand beyond what I ever thought was possible? Right, wrong, good and bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys, po-beds, and beyond. So I know I'm a little bit all over the place, but I just, yeah. And then you look at this thing right here. Always talking about Mary Kay, put it to a place that, of course, they gave credit to his book, but they had done it linear. I'm just not doing the linear thing anymore. I'm doing what it is that I can look at that energy in people's worlds and see where you're contracted, see where I'm contracted. So shame, guilt, empathy, fear, grief, anywhere that you are choosing those, because we choose those, we are those until we know that we can acknowledge that and then receive it, and then destroy and uncreate everything that entangles that to have another level of consciousness. So we did shame last night, and I'll end here. I read about shame and as the lowest frequency of consciousness. And I had a physical reaction to it, and so did the girls. As I was clearing it, it was like my whole body. It was so funny. I literally, while I was talking about it, I didn't think that shame was still some, I don't even know. Like it didn't even resonate in my world until here I go again. It's like, ooh, that energy. When energy comes over you, you kind of just check out. So, God, it just did it again. So, whew. What we did last night is in the accelerator was that everywhere that you're resisting something, you aren't receiving it. So we went to this place of like, if you've worked your stuff and you've been in work and all that kind of stuff and you're on transformational, you don't vibe there if you've worked it, but that doesn't mean that you don't have layers of unconsciousness still in that area. So, so all of the shame that you've been refusing, ooh, I just want it just all like we resist it, right? But what if consciousness is everything exists and nothing's judged, that you can have ease with it? So instead of getting rid of the shame, we always try and want to get rid of things. It's like we don't get rid of it. We acknowledge that we're vibing in it, right? We have it. It's in our world. Acknowledge it, receive it. Receive it, everything you haven't been willing to ask for, that if you would ask for it and receive it, it would change everything with total ease. Right, wrong, good and bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys, po-bads, and beyond. So anywhere that there is unconsciousness of shame, this energy of shame that you're resisting versus like, hello, I receive that energy. Cool. Do I have to be it? Do I have to choose it? Do I have to become it? No. Did it exist? Yes. Does it still exist? No. So again, that's kind of one-on-one work with me. I like to really go into that, but yeah. So anywhere that you are tethering and holding and still pulling up shame in your world, would you now please destroy and uncreate it? We're on wrong, good and bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys, po-bads, and beyonds. Okay, so there probably needs to be a class on this. There does. I do not. I'm not an expert at any means of like his work, but when I look at it, I so resonate, get it, understand it, can see it. It's just like so cool. So anyway, that's it. What is it that you're not willing to what energy, space, and consciousness can my body and I be to expand beyond what I ever thought was possible? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys, po-beds, and beyond. What energy, space, and consciousness can my body and I be to expand beyond what I ever thought was possible? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys, po-beds, and beyond. I'll end right here. And I've shared this before. even with the amount of psychic work and the psychic training that I've had, graduate of the Berkeley Psychic Institute, all the everything, therapy and all that, I did not know that my body was inside my infinite being space. I mean, I'm a retired Reiki master. I did energy work. For some reason, I thought that I was shoving everything into my body until all of a sudden, and then I couldn't expand because I was like, there's no more I can shove in here. Well, and that's where the pain was coming from. I had shoved so much in here. So today, it's like, oh, yes, hello, body, thoughts, feelings, emotions, you're all here. Hello, I say, I honor you. And what would it be like to allow that infinite being space, whatever that is, no, that is, to expand beyond whatever I thought was possible. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for hanging in there with me. All of those loves and all that hung with me the full 20 minutes today. Okay. Peace out. It's Friday and I'll see you somewhere. Okay. Love you. See you on Monday. Bye.